There's a beautiful mountain peak in every direction, literally, like one here, several over there, one right there. I lost count. I lost count.
Welcome to BANFF.
Bam, 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 so beautiful. Mountain peaks through the clouds. Love.
I'm not sure where to look. Every angle is perfect.
It looks like a desktop.
It does look like a screensaver. It almost looks unreal. It's just so spectacular.
If you're a fan of the outdoors, Banff is gonna be your heaven. Definitely one of the top spots for all kinds of outdoors activities in North America. Banff, Canada's first national park. It was established in the 1800s. It's an area that spans tens of miles. Currently, we're in the town of Banff.
There's lots of shops, lots of restaurants, coffee shops. There's even ice cream and sweets and pastry shops. There's gift shops. It's also a very outdoorsy town for obvious reasons. There's some really nice walking trails and also a bridge that we were just walking on that allows you to walk over the river. Usually when you think of a national park, you just think of parklands and wilderness. So it's very unusual to have a town located inside of a park. It's got about 8,000 people who live there.
It's very charming.
It's a lot of fun just even walking up and down Banff Ave, taking in the sights and sounds with this beautiful, iconic mountain in the background. Every restaurant we've eaten at has had really great food. There's lots of different choices for food: Asian, Indian, Italian, pizza, American. I even saw Cajun Creole.
We're about to pay a visit to the Fairmont in Banff. It's a building that looks kind of like Hogwarts.
It's a hotel, not just a building.
Didn't you look it up how much per night and what was the cheapest rate?
I think it was about $900 per night. Might have been Canadian dollars, but that's still expensive.
But we've heard you can just enter and explore and maybe have a drink or something. So that's our plan. There are 3 major ski resorts that are nearby: Lake Louise Ski Resort, Sunshine Village, and Mount Norquay. We have skied in Lake Louise and Sunshine Village. Both of them are world-class resorts. When you're on top of the mountain, you can see several other peaks in the background. There's nothing like it that I've seen before.
Oh, Canada, 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 so beautiful. We have a lot to show under the falling snow. Baby, take it slow. I want you to know I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so.
No ski resort that I've ever skied in has such an amazing background. Several mountain peaks. They're all very beautiful.
Whoa! So pretty. It's so pretty up here. The way the sun is just reflecting off of the snow on the mountains is so scenic. The Banff gondola will take us to the top of Sulphur Mountain, where we will, I'm sure, get a fantastic view. It's a beautiful day to take the gondola.
With all of the places we've been to that have mountains and that are covered with snow, this view scores the highest marks. You can see several summits of so many different mountains. They're all covered in snow. It's unbelievable.
After riding up the gondola, in the building that you get out of the gondola in, there's a coffee shop, a restaurant, a gift shop. You can stay up here as long as you want. The gondola runs until about 9:15 at night, so you can even watch the sunset if you wanted to. We each got a really, really good white hot chocolate, and I have to say, probably the best white hot chocolate I've ever had. And I've had quite a few of them. It's very nice to be able to stay warm inside, but still have an amazing view. Standing up here, just looking out over this amazing landscape, we can hear the wind just rustling through the trees. It's very surreal.
From this vantage point, you can actually see the entire town of Banff beneath us, and you can actually see the historical Fairmont Hotel as well. This view is second to none.
Without a walkway, I don't think most people would be walking or hiking here.
That's what's amazing about this place, is that you get to see things that you would not be able to see unless you're a hardcore mountain climber camper.
Oh yeah.
But us, with very little effort, with a gondola and very nice, comfortable infrastructure, can enjoy such an amazing view. That's what the Banff gondola is all about, in my opinion. We just learned that little structure behind us was built in the 1950s. It was built to study cosmic rays.
There were 9 stations across Canada that were created to study cosmic rays. But this, where we are here, this was the most important one due to its really high elevation. Sometimes you can see the northern lights from here. That would be really awesome. That's what I read on the sign in front of me.
Is the northern lights more common in the winter or the summer?
I don't know. It's a good question.
This is the 3rd floor of the gondola building, and this terrace is very cool. There's fire, tents. People can just hang out here for as long as they want. And just like that, the sun set. It almost happened suddenly, like all of a sudden there was sun and then it dove behind the mountain.
But you can still see a little bit of that alpenglow, which is when the clouds glow a little bit even after the sun sets.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
yeah, I can see it.
These are called ice cleats, or more technically crampons. They're just spikes that you put on the bottom of your shoes to help grip when you're walking in snow or ice.
Earlier today, we skied in Lake Louise Ski Resort, and now we're here in the lake of Lake Louise. This is the lake part of Lake Louise, and we're walking on it.
The snow is pretty deep here because that is a sign, and we're standing at just about the same height as the sign.
In the summer, all of this is water. We've never been here in the summer. Based on pictures, Lake Louise has very clear water. Now in the winter, it's covered in ice. It's essentially a big ice rink.
And speaking of it being an ice rink, there's actually people ice skating over there.
Behind us is the Fairmont Hotel. So this is Fairmont Hotel next to Lake Louise, because there are several Fairmonts in Banff. And right in front of it, there is a giant ice rink. It's an extremely scenic area. I have never seen anything like it.
Can't imagine how beautiful this would be in the summer when the lake is just that really vivid blue.
We have hiked along the entire length of Lake Louise. This will probably go down as one of the most interesting hikes we've ever done because of the scenery and everything.
Ooh, that wind is frigid. Ooh. The lake is almost in sort of a valley because it's surrounded by mountains. So when it gets windy, there's nothing to stop the wind except when it hits you.
Walking on a frozen lake, memories to make. Let's celebrate, let's go again.
Looks like a Christmas sleigh,
It does.
but with horses.
Yeah. At least they have poop bags. It's a necessity. Maybe that'll be our next activity. We'll climb waterfalls, icy waterfalls. Ice climbing, that's what we'll do.
It's super difficult. You can't imagine.
I can barely walk on ice in ice cleats. I can't imagine doing that. I think the guy's doing it in jeans too.
hiking on a trail called Johnston Canyon. It's an icy trail, and I'm very excited to see some frozen waterfalls.
And I would like to see some wildlife.
Luckily, we have ice cleats. Otherwise, going uphill on the snow would not be easy at all.
Over the snow, under the trees, water froze and you chose to let it be. So stay with me, walk with me. Sun or snow, we will go forever, it will be.
Johnston Canyon, in my opinion, is a great way to experience the Canadian wilderness with the comfort of a very well-maintained hiking trail.
It's so beautiful. I love to see all of the steep rocks and cliffs, and there's so many waterfalls just frozen against the cliffs. So unique. I've not seen that before. We just walked through a little cave, and then we are greeted with this. This is the lower falls. It's about half a mile into the trail. Right now, the waterfall is frozen. When I first looked, I just saw frozen water. When I look closer, I can actually see water behind the frozen water that's still, coming down in a waterfall. It is pretty awesome. It's so interesting to think about the geology of the area and looking at all these rocks. You can see different layers. I wish I knew more about geology so I understood, what all of it meant. But I do know that millions of years ago, before the mountains rose up, this area was actually completely underwater. This is the Upper Falls, about a mile and a half from the entrance of Johnston Canyon. We were actually lucky enough to see ice climbers. It was very impressive to see someone climb on the ice all the way up the cliff.
If you love nature and the outdoors, this is the place for you. This is the place to visit.
We've had such a great time in Banff, and I would love to come back and ski more at Sunshine Village in Lake Louise. And I would also like to come back here when it's warmer and maybe when it's summer or late spring and the trees and flowers are blooming and the snow has melted, except maybe from the tops of the peaks. I just think that would be so pretty and scenic. And we might be able to see some animals also.
Perfect.